Hello, I am Andy, and a star is born on the 4th of January, and that's you, the star, listening to me. It's a wonderful day to be born on the 4th of January because you are some kind of a genius, and I mean it. Genius in the modern sense, where information technology, the internet, and all things to do with computerization as is moving on into the future that you are going to be part of. That's why you're a very special person, very special in the sense that you can see the future in terms of business and how it's mapping out. So you should have the base for anything that you do, the base of knowledge in information technology. Of course, you could be very lucky in the business of real estate because the real estate planets will help you to get a lot of business, buying and selling properties for people, buying and selling houses for people. You could be in the business also of a building contractor or even building materials, anything to do with construction. That's why the real estate is something you can learn very easily and be successful in. This planet Saturn also rules the land. It looks after land. So agriculture is another thing. Farming in any way is something else that you will do very well and very luckily. And you'll have that sense of medicine from the earth, herbs from plants and leaves and flowers. You will be able to create these. So you have a lot of this knowledge about the earth and the magic from it. Try to learn more from it. You could easily be a lecturer in a university because you will like to go to school and like to be at the college and universities. And you could end up easily as a teacher in any of these lecturing or whatever. And you'll have that possibility. In fact, you will be a learned person who wants to be educated. Sometimes it's hands on educating, and that will also be very fruitful for you. There are many things you can do if you put your heart to it. You could be a great lawyer because you have a wonderful Mars planet who makes you fight for the rights for others. And therefore, the business of law and being a counselor would be very, very interesting and successful for you. You have a lot of energy from Mars. You could be an adventurer of some kind. You like to travel to the highest mountain or go down to the deepest sea, and you'll be able to do that. You are just born very different. That's why. You're born different, and my worry is that you could be a loner, a person who's very happy to be on your own, and not for nothing, but to be able to come up with fantastic schemes and ways of how to get computers on their way to becoming more important in our lives. So you have all that going for you. And yes, you would be interested in politics because you have the planet Mars, who has the daringness to take the lead and fight for the rights of the country and for its people. You have a wonderful Venus position, which gives you that kind of speech and knowledge of words as a writer and a speaker. And this can be also used to make your profession whatever it is, as a lawyer, doctor, an architect, whatever. I say architect because you have a wonderful Venus. Venus helps you to design, whether it's houses, whether it's people, whether it's the scenery, whether it's anything. This planet Venus you have on your side, which means it works well for you. And so you'll be a person very creative. And you could be easily, as I said, a fashion designer or creating things. Creating the land as fashion, for example, that's landscaping. That will be something you can do very easily. And interior decoration as well. There's so much going for you. So, what is the lacking part of you? The lacking part is that you have some inferiority complexes, which make you intimidated when you have responsibilities, whether at work, whether in business, or whether anywhere. You have to write down these problems that you have, which weaken you mentally, emotionally, and physically. Weaken you in the sense it takes away your fighting spirit and intimidates you that way. Find out what these inferiority complexes are and solve them, firstly. Secondly, you get infatuated very easily, not only with people, but also with the business or whatever you're trying to do, whether in a job or business way. That's no good. For example, you will start many things but never finish them. Halfway, you'll move to something else. You don't want a reputation like that. You have a planet that makes you very secretive as well. Secretive in love affairs, secretive in personal things that you do, and secretive, of course, with bad habits. So be careful, this planet of secrecy. Tell yourself anything that you have to hide to do, you rather not do it and stay away from that. And what about the ego? Yes, everybody has an ego, but your ego seems to be a little bit too much in the sense that you have low tolerance for people and low teamwork for people. These are the things which you must improve so that you can, born on the 4th of January, do much, much better. And you can do much better because I will say that you are such a person who is very, very different from others. That can be a good thing, that can be not so good thing. Like in areas of marriage, romance, and personal friendships, you want more companionship to be cultured. But in the area of business, you'll be very different, and that difference will make you a great name for yourself one day. And I link it always to the wonderfulness of information technology. And you are right in the driver's seat for that. So you're going to be somebody very important. Every one of us has cycles, which means periods of good energy and periods of bad energy in our life. I'm going to give you a sample. So, for you, a good sample of good ages, a cycle of good ages. When you enter the age of 17, 26, 35, 44, 53, 62, 71, or 80, or even 89, you're going to have and approach many opportunities coming your way, all by using how you've been educated and using the knowledge you have. And as you enter these ages, the rewards will wait for you. You will have quite a few of these good cycles. And that's why I will do a 90-minute session with you to let you know your next 9 years. Talk to you about the positive cycles of your next 9 years. You will also have negative cycles. Yes. And I'll give you a sample of those. You born on the 4th of January. Be careful. Be careful at your ages of 21, 30, 39, 48, 57, 66, 75, and even the age of 84 or even 93. Things can go very, very wrong as you approach these ages, whether it's got to do with job, business, finances, whether it's got to do with marriage, family, whether it's got to do with health. Things will go very wrong. And as you get into these ages, which I've just mentioned, the negative ones, you will see that everything goes tumbling down and you are just more or less like helpless. So when you see me for the 90-minute session, I will talk to you about your next 9 years. All these cycles I will tell you so that you are prepared at least for your next 9 years to know the ups and the downs. You have a born on the 4th of January. You have this rebelliousness about you. You're born rebellious, which doesn't win friends, but it wins in some ways a difference where you're found to be very different in whatever you do. And that's why you have to be careful that you make enemies very quickly because of your rebelliousness. So try to show a more friendly approach would be better. In terms of partnerships, life will not going to be easy, as I said earlier. So you'll have to work harder to get that done because as your plans grow big, a one-man show or a one-woman show will not do. You will need to build a good team, and that's where compatibility must be improved, and I'll show you how to do it. I have a 90-minute session which will cost you just USD $50 to know your next 9 years, age by age, calendar year by calendar year. We'll go through the next 9 years quickly to show you the platform that waits for you. And during this 90-minute session, I will show you how to improve your compatibility, your emotional side and your inspirational side, your physical side and your mental side. I will show you all that. I'll show you how to reach the soul, the third eye, and the aura. We all get it automatically anyway in our late 50s, 60s, and 70s of ages, but I'll show you how. Even at an earlier age, even in your 20s, even as a teenager, if you saw me, I'll show you how to reach that energies. And once you do so, you will be that powerful teenager or an early date person who can do wonderful things. because you need to connect to the supernatural energy before you can do that. And even winning lotteries or playing the stock market, doing anything of financial speculation, on our own we can't do it. We have to connect to this triology of energy, the soul, the third eye, and the aura. And it's not going to be very difficult for me to teach you that in this 90-minute session. So there's going to be a lot to be taught to you, and all just for USD $50. Well, you are a star because you are born on a day where you're going to do something very tremendously favorable to you, getting very rich and very powerful and very much a person, famous as well. All that is waiting to happen. You can hurry it up by seeing me and telling you how to go that way and this way in all areas of your life. We need a guidance. And I would like to guide you because I know that born on the 4th of January is something very special. Well, here's my email. Send me this email and let's get down to having this session so that as quickly as possible, you'll be able to become that person you dream about in the quickest way possible. In the meantime, I wish you a good life. Thank you. Goodbye.